What's going on, people? Welcome to League M for the match review of Liverpool versus Chelsea. I always thought when I started this channel, my first video was going to be, when I dropped my first video, it was going to be on a much higher note. Instead, it was very, very, very somber. I actually didn't want to record immediately after the game because my head was lost. So I think I've cooled down a bit and we can talk about the game. I know I said I wanted to win this game, but I know in my heart of hearts that going to face Liverpool at Anfield, for anyone, it's a tough ask, let alone to get a result. I thought at least that we'd turn up for the game because we have in the past, I don't know how many games now. All those games where we've ended in a draw, we turned up for these games. That game was end to end. We were even at times we were the better team in those games. But in this game, there was none of that. That first half was a disaster. For the pretty much the whole half. I don't know why I was going to say 15, 30 minutes. Pretty much the whole half, we were not in control. We didn't look like we would be in control of the game. We were not. Liverpool just played us out of the park. They were all over us and we could not deal with them. I will not dispute that some of the officiating was questionable. I think we could have gotten a penalty. Gallagher should have had a penalty. Many decisions not going our way, but that does not excuse the performance of the players today. But that does not excuse the performance of the players last night. Caicedo getting a yellow card did not do us any favors, although I think he did very well for himself not to get a red in that game. It really felt like someone was going to get a red card in that game. The heads were so lost. Liverpool were applying massive pressure. We couldn't deal with them, and they got their goal in the end. Although it was a bit fortuitous, the ball ricocheting in Jota's path, Thiago Silva tried to clear it. A goal is a goal in the end. And the second goal, Sterling is at fault there. He should have been the one tracking Bradley. He was slow to do that. Bradley got away. Nothing Petrovic could do about that. So let me talk about Petrovic. Petrovic was actually our best player last night. I think he was the one who, I think we can all agree that he was the one who was actually up for this game. And the others, Chilwell, not his best game. Actually, one of his worst games in a Chelsea shirt. Kept giving the ball away. Even after his mistake for the first goal, he just wasn't He just wasn't on it after that. That is very unfortunate because in the weekend, he was receiving so much praise, actually talking him up, saying that, we look so much better with him on the field. He provides so much more for us going forward. But last night, there was none of that. No control whatsoever in the first half. That first half was such a disaster. And the second half was not that good either. I mean, when the subs came on, they tried their best. I think Nkunku was on the ball. He was really trying to do a bit of magic. He even got a goal. Modric had a chance where I think if he had converted that one, would have changed the complexion of the game so much. So we did try to be brave a bit, but that did not last for very long. I think conceding a third in that manner, I don't understand the decision to put Badiashile at left back while he's on a yellow card. You're essentially setting him up for failure. Badiashile was always going to get cooked for that goal. But I could understand the decision at the time because Chilwell was not having a good game. Colwill is out injured and Badiashile was our only left-footed defender. So it makes sense. But ultimately, it didn't help us at all. Positive is that Ngungu scored. Always good to see him score. And just when we thought that we might get something out of this game, we concede a fourth in such a shambolic fashion. But Yeshile essentially walking Diaz through to that goal. It was a very pathetic showing from Chelsea, and as much as a lot of things did not go our way last night, I think that it doesn't excuse the performance of the players. Now we have Wolves at the weekend. We have to respond that game. I'm expecting a better showing than last night. Otherwise, it's going to be problems with the fan base. More questions are going to be asked of Posh as to whether or not he is the man for the job. And although I back him, some things cannot be excusable. I think the tactics were very poor today. The play was very poor. The players were poor. The subs tried to change the game for us a bit. I think Gusto was actually very good. He should pick himself up. Even though we conceded 4, I think out of all the subs, Nkunku's goal, Malo Gusto was actually the best sub. Apart from Petrovic, everyone else was actually just pretty poor. And if we're going to put in the same performance against Wolves, then we are in danger of falling further down the table. We've reached the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. Please like, share and subscribe if you're new, and keep it M.